So this is happening. It's found. Today's topic is found. I did not do yesterday's. I have to go back and do that. I started with fall, but I haven't finished it, as you can see. But yeah, so one for yesterday I haven't done. That was Fridays, Saturday, Sunday, bad boy. Today is found. Hey Oms, Ixi and Atski, how's it going? How's it going? Why can't I? Weird. Strange things. Anyways, how's it going, everyone? Happy Monday. It's yet another day. So let's start. So found love. A found discarded thing. Found. Why did it pling? Why did something make a noise? What? I'm not really sure why there was a sound being played. Found treasure? Yeah, exactly. It could be a found treasure. Found, lost and found. Found treasure, found hope. Hey, good morning, Quentin. Found relic. Hey, dear Bard, thanks for the host. A found relic, an alien relic. Found bravery. Hey, good morning, children, and Bruno Romanos. The mafia has arrived. Sorry. Hey, Zalin, how's it going? Okay, found. Something that finds things. Found bravery. All right, let's draw something. I have kind of an image in my head, but now I'm changing it, and now I don't know what to draw. But okay, here we go. Actually, I have no idea. But let's see where this goes. Hey, dear Bard. So, dear Bard, you asked about what's the benefit of having your own, like your own domain, your domain name, or your own website. And what I think there's more than one thing to consider. Let's make it some weird alien. That's awesome, Chilstrand. Yeah, so as I see it, right? The reason why I have a website. I've had a website for many years. It could be for many reasons. It could be like I'm old school. And I'm a user of internet since the internet was available. So maybe I just have outdated ways of thinking about the internet and your own personal website. That could be one thing. You know, I'm not pretending to have all the answers. But as I see it, hey, Bon88, as I see it, the idea is this, right? I wanted one point where I could gather information about the success of my career, news, updates to what's happening with the career, or like, oh, I was printed in a book, look at this, and so on and so on. One thing that it does the same, let's say Facebook, right? You go to Facebook, you post, hey, check it out, I just got hired by client B, client A, and everyone goes, oh, that's great. But the problem with that is you go to the exact same profile 1 day later, that information is going to be so hard to find. And besides, like, forget scrolling on the feed, finding that information within an hour. That's just going to be it's going to be lost completely, right? You're not going to be able to backtrack that information. And let's say, take the example of ArtStation. ArtStation is great for traffic if you don't have your own website. If you don't have a known website, that additional traffic is great. You know, it's nothing wrong with being on ArtStation. But how do you, do you send the client to the ArtStation saying, here's my portfolio, where you can't post really any information about you, not any news. You can't customize it to any degree of saying like, oh, I want a wall of text first when you come to my profile to see what my accomplishments are, etc. And you have no power to show, right? And a client doesn't have time to do research about you. It's all about window shopping, right? So when they see something, just they make a decision like that, if it's worth pursuing or not. And that is all about the art, right? But if, for example, if you have a custom website, your own domain name, first of all, if it's using your own name, you'll easily be more remembered, right? Other than ArtStation profile number, whatever. And that makes things harder to recognize, right? And another point is like what has happened to me, and was happened to a lot of people, and PR people have told me this, is like if you're doing a project that you think that there is at least some potential of being viral. You do a fan art and you're really happy with it, and by the fact that it is fan art, right? It has a following of the original IP. Let's say Witcher fan art, right? You post the picture on ArtStation. And if it goes viral, right, a lot of people go to ArtStation to check the image. You have no benefit of that traffic whatsoever. There's no continuity for you, right? So if you post it on your own website, and then of course on ArtStation or Imager or whatever, whatever you try to multi-post traffic, right? You try to get a lot of viewers in a lot of different channels on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so on, right? You want to be famous in the sense of traffic towards this image, right? Because that's the purpose. You want recognition. You want people to look at it and potentially get work out of it or get traffic, so that the next image you post gets more traffic. And for example, if you make a painting, it goes viral, millions of people will look at it, and if you don't, let's say, have a watermark on it. If you have a watermark, what kind of watermark would you put there? ArtStation profile? Or your email? And why is the email not an email to your own domain? Because then you have like double name thing, right? So that they'll see, oh, Dearbard at dearbard.com. And it has happened for me many times. An image goes viral and especially, for example, my steampunk Star Wars stuff, millions of people have seen it. I have around 5 million visitors a year on my personal website. You know, all my images are watermarked with my website domain. Usually, well, I haven't done it in a while though, but when I make a post, I post it on my website and I direct all the traffic to my website, but I make a post saying, oh, look at this. If you want to see it more, you know, go just click the link and you'll go to my website. And another thing that's important, like with your own website, for example, if you search concept art, and if you only have an ArtStation profile, your ArtStation profile won't come up on concept if you Google concept art. But with your own website, you can do SEOs, as in like search terms, keywords and meta tags, etc. So that, for example, if you write your name in conjunction with concept art 1, 2, 3 times in a post, you know, like your topic of your post is a concept art for Uncharted 5, art by Dearbard. In your post, and then within the post itself, you talk about the concept art, mention your name, etc., etc. So as soon as someone Googles concept art, there's a higher chance that your name will pop up when you Google concept art. And if you're only posting on ArtStation with your profile name, your name will never be the one popping up on a Google search. So actually finding you is like finding that one specific ant in an anthill. You will find a bunch of ants, you know, but it's going to be hard to find that one specific. So that's a big problem. It's like. It's great for traffic, potentially. It requires a lot more work in that sense of setting up SEOs, making sure that you're posting, you know, have a good website. It requires a lot more attention and time, but done right, it can be absolutely, you know, world-changing. Like I've had art directors for Disney and Star Wars and so on go to my website and comment like even on images and sending me emails saying, oh yeah, I looked at all your stuff and whatever. And it's going to be hard to do that in theory with ArtStation, because ArtStation is more like a slice of a cake, right? Like, oh, look at this slice. How fantastic isn't that cake? And it can potentially be all you need, but potentially also you might be lacking that additional information that could land you another job or you know, who knows, right? Bear Bros or Jordy, yeah. Hey, Captain Boss. Sofa Strangler, absolutely. I mean, they're not your friend. For sure, they're not your friend. But they are a service provider. Just look at CG Hub. What happened with all the users and so on. People having like their life set up using CG Hub. And then CG Hub tanked. And then everyone just went, but what should I do now? I don't have a website. And then whatever time it takes for them to make a website, redirect traffic, set up SEOs, recover the traffic that they are losing because now they have to get clients to find them somehow. Because they're built their career or their ability to get work based on a website that it's not theirs, right? So I think it's a little bit, it's great that you do. You should definitely do. have a ArtStation profile. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you can't put all the eggs in one basket, because what if ArtStation just goes, oh, sorry guys, we did a bad economical decision. We're now having to pay for it, and unfortunately we have to take down the server for 2 months. And then what? If you were relying on ArtStation to get the work, because it's a service provider, but what if you can't? Hey Gaxis, how's it going? And Maxi. And Eric Moy, Mila. Mila, I personally always had a website, regardless of my skill level. Because you can always say, oh, just go to milapesic.com. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I paint. And you don't want like artofbuttmuncherdeluxe.com, like that, or 57, or like what should I remember? What should I write to get to your website? You can't, like like I mentioned, a guy I know knew his website is poopinmymouth.com. I mean, obviously you won't forget that website, but I wonder how many jobs he has lost due to it, right? Sorry, cough. That's probably not the best URL to have your portfolio on, but I've had it so many times. I just it's my name.com, bjornhurri.com. It's so easy. I mean, obviously Hurri can be a little bit tricky to remember the spelling of, but it's not that difficult. Sofa Strangler, yeah, definitely. I mean, if you don't practice, you guys know this. If you don't practice, you won't be good at anything. So if you go like, oh, I got to set up a portfolio now, that portfolio, is going to look like your first portfolio. That being said, though, I mean, there's a lot of WordPress pre-built stuff that you can just plug and play, and it'll give you a pretty good look in a website, or Weebly, or all these kind of website package places. And also, buying up your own domain is not that much money. You could easily pay like 40 euro a year. 40 euro a year for a website is, that potentially can give you thousands and thousands of euros, is a good trade-off. And I mean, 40 euros, that's like a really nice evening in the bar. And that might just don't go out one evening or one weekend and buy a website instead. And then next weekend you can go out and drink. That's about what it costs to get a website for a full year, right? It's not that much. Yeah, I mean, Squarespace, you get a lot of extra stuff. I mean, it's optional as well. It's nothing wrong with it. It's just what you need and how much you are wanting to pay for it. But your own domain or your own website is, for me, so important, because I'm getting, over all these years, I'm getting millions of visitors a year. Or Facebook would get millions of visitors a year, and I wouldn't get any benefits from it, right? I must say though that I haven't taken care of my website at all for the last 3 years. So it's kind of being neglected, and I really need to fix my website, update it, and So just a lot of old work and all that, and it doesn't look the way it should look. There was a guy who said he would help, but he got busy or lack of interest. I don't know. But yeah, I'm uh, I'm I'm probably gonna have to do it myself when I find time, if I find time between all my massive projects. But yeah, it's I think it's really important. That's why I have invested money on my own domain for 8 years for sure, for easy. Yeah, WordPress is free. You can pay for more advanced, like these shells, but it's cheap, and you can get loads of free ones. You can kind of alter as much as you want. Also, paying someone to help you is not that much money either. So for me, thinking, if I would Google Deerbard, what would pop up? What would be the first page? And if the first page goes to Facebook, you have to question, like, if someone wants to hire you, how should they find you? And with your own website, you can have SEO tags or whatever they're called. I don't know the technical terms, but like multimedia tags, like metadata in your posts saying illustration, concept art, fine art, Polish artist, unite, whatever. And if you Google any of those, there's a higher chance that you will actually go and be found, because on Facebook you don't have that ability. You can't have SEOs unless you kind of pay for it. I'm not even sure you can control it. So you're losing so much potential traffic, especially if you make a post that goes viral on the internet, and then all that potential traffic fizzles out. Like, I had this PR woman suggest to me, like, why I hadn't fixed my website, and I posted pictures that went viral, and she was like, why don't you have it on your website? She said, prepare before you post something, so that if something goes viral, all that traffic leads to the correct place. So after she said that to me, I said, yep, that's a valid point. And after that, I made sure that all the posts directs to their correct place where I want potential new traffic to go. Like, make sure that there's store available, for prints or whatever, and all these things. Who knows, right? Setting everything up takes an evening or two, and then you get free stuff. Deerbard. Yeah, but you see, it's about internet presence and using that correctly, and because now, the last few years, there's so many artists on internet. There's so many artists competing for that, for attention at ArtStation and so on. I'm quite sure that majority don't have their own website. Everyone just says ArtStation, ArtStation, ArtStation. This is great for ArtStation. Sucks for you. You're not getting any benefits for that traffic other than potential, that they will spot that one specific ant in the anthill. If you get featured or pinned on the front page, yeah, that's great. It gives you a higher percentage that someone hires you for your skill set. But everyone else that doesn't go on ArtStation, everyone else that isn't on Facebook, what about those people? All art directors don't have you as their friend on Facebook. you know, there's not like art director tag post, so that absolutely all the art directors see your post on Facebook. Especially if you have like friends of friends can only see your post, or friends only. That's like, yeah, no. Dear Bard, it depends. If your name is Polish, and you have those weird letters, it's hard to pronounce for anyone that's not Polish. Like, you guys know how you make those noises, right? Those specific Polish ships, all those things. Anyone that doesn't speak Polish just goes, huh? How do you spell that? So, let's say Dear Bard. You can say Dear Bard, and everyone goes, oh yeah, I know how that's spelled. Unless you go like Dear Bard, and the E's in Dear are threes. That's just going to confuse people. So Dear Bard, in theory, is an easier name to tell someone, dearbard.com. Or Tomaj. Like, how do you spell Tomaj? I don't know what your actual real name is. But like Wojtek or whatever, how do you spell it? How do you actually... Oh, it's not with a D, it's with a J, with a line on top, and it's like, Exactly, there, Bard. So Bjorn, everyone knows how to spell Bjorn because Bjorn Borg, right? And Hurri is a little bit harder. It's like Hurri with an I. A bit easier, but not perfect. But, I chose to go with my name. I could have easily gone with Hurricane, but Hurricane on SEOs, if I Google Hurricane, you're not going to get my name. You're going to get weather shit. So having hurricane.com is going to be confusing potential people visiting my website. So you have to be a little bit smart about it in that sense of like art of Dear Bard or art of Tomasz. But that's like, how? Brent Hollowell, yeah, exactly. Exactly, Brent Hollowell. Yeah, Dearbard is easy. A lot easier to remember, and always have watermarks directing to your website. Always tag your website. Always try to come up with ways of getting traffic to your website. Like saying, oh, hey, everybody, look at this amazing art I did. Go check it out at my website. And post it everywhere on social media. Because people will see the thumbnail. A lot of WordPress, etc., they have automatic thumbnailing on the post. So they'll still see the image. And they go, oh, what's that? That looks cool. They click it. And that click automatically translates to a unique visitor to your website. And I've even gotten, because of the amount of traffic my website gets, I even have companies contacting me about, oh, can we put ads on your website? Because I get such a high amount of traffic, I actually get to like unsolicited ad, whatever it is called, when someone proposes business. You know, I don't put ads on my website, but because there's, you know, I've worked towards getting traffic to my website, so I'm getting good traffic, you know. Or ArtStation or CJ Hub gets all my traffic, and they will benefit from it. Hey, Izu Rocks. How's it going? Welcome. Welcome to the stream, the special stream. No, it's a daily stream at the same time every day. If you haven't clicked follow, you probably should. Yeah, so that's the thing, you know. And before you buy your domain, if you choose to pay for it, which I suggest you should, there's lots of cheap ones. Google potential names and see what comes up. You know, there's always, if you Google something, there's always a lot other people who also made posts with the same names and so on. So Dearbard versus your actual name, or, you know, like my example of me, instead of my name being called Hurricane, which I used to have a nickname as at conceptart.org. Hurricane will only give you lots of hits that have lots of traffic to weather. So me trying to brute force my name, art page, into that Google list, because everyone, all the news, massive portals talking about hurricane, the weather, right? Not Hurricane, the artist. So I'm going to have issues with fighting against that traffic so that I can climb the Google hit list, right? So Dearbard might actually be easier, because maybe there's some famous, I don't know, you're Wojtek. Maybe, let's say your name is Wojtek. I actually don't remember your name. I'm sorry, I'm horrible with names. Maybe there's famous people already with that name, and then that you have to battle that traffic with your own SEO tags and your own traffics to climb that list, right? And if there's a famous composer who they write his name constantly in articles and link backs to his website or whatever, you're never going to beat that, you know, unless you become equally famous and have equal amount of posts and traffic directing towards your website. Because Google accounts a website traffic, mentions, like as in name tags, metadata, and so on. SEO tags, it all calculates which place should your thing be placed in, you know. Oh, it's Jan. All right, cool, man. Cool, Jan. But yeah, so hopefully I've convinced you to get your own domain, because it can be potentially life-changing if you play it right. Or it can be a waste of time, but you never know. You know, you should hedge your bets. You should make sure that you and no one else benefits from your efforts on internet. But by all means, use services like ArtStation to your advantage to gain traffic to your website. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. All right, so that's it for today. Time is up. Today's word was found. So the idea here is found bravery. Inktober. I hope I can spell it correct today. Yes. So found Inktober. Mila. Oh no. Beer Bros, yeah, definitely. So tonight at 8 UK time, I'm gonna be on Beer Bros channel and be interviewed by those guys. So if you wanna join in for some silly discussions, I'm assuming, just some cool hanging out for an hour at least, please join in on Beer Bros channel. So have a great one, everyone, and see you guys tomorrow morning and tonight on Beard Bros channel for a cool interview. I'm gonna try to set up so that I'm hosting Beard Bros so that it'll be on my channel as well at the same time. Right. Bye, everyone. Have a great one, and thanks for coming and hanging out and listening to my rant. Okay. Bye, guys.